a couple more in-between decks, so not quite Legacy era and not quite Modern Virtual Card era. These two go well together. The Death Star trying to blow up first Alderaan and then other systems, and then Massassi base operations trying to blow up the Death Star. These have been a couple of my favorite decks from when my friend and I played with the mixed old and new style decks. The themes were pretty neat in them. So starting out with Death Star and Alderaan, and then I'm trying to blow up Alderaan. Once I do, when I deploy a Star Destroyer, I can retrieve 3 force. A couple of systems there to help me get out Star Destroyers. Endor Shield to help me get out Admirals. He's the key Admiral to get because he lets me deploy Kuat Drive Yards, which then lets me get out Star Destroyers. And a few more Admirals like Ozzel and Thrawn and Piet. He helps me get out Battleground systems if I need them. And just lots of stuff to boost me in battle. This one's interesting. At Blown Away systems, it adds a light side and dark side icon. So Blown Away systems basically become battlegrounds, and I can retrieve 1 force when force draining at a Blown Away system. So it takes a while to set up, and dark side doesn't do much retrieval, but every time I deploy a Star Destroyer, I retrieve 3 force, maybe battle with that Star Destroyer, take something with me, and then try to just win that war of attrition. And I think this has some special text. Okay, so it limits. Opponent's force drain bonuses at systems are limited to 1, but still I'll be draining for 2 at systems. Getting some effects into hand. I used to like this card a lot back when in this era, but it's not as useful as it used to be since we started using shields and just trying to spread out to battlegrounds. But Vader, in this deck I probably should have the Emperor and just try to park him at a battleground site rather than having Vader trying to control the docking base, since the Emperor is immune to attrition. But lots of Imperial class Star Destroyers, just pretty much 1 of each. Yep, definitely 1 of each. So I do like Star Destroyers, and just each one has its own little bonuses. And some interrupts to help with those, but the idea of the deck's not too complicated. Just try to get Alderaan blown away, and then start blowing up systems after that. And it's fun to just kind of go on a tear through the galaxy and take out 3 or 4 systems in one game, and see if the light side can do anything about it. And I guess what they would try to do about it is blow it up, so this is the deck that tries to do that. Squadron assignments, great shot, kid. So similar to the dark side effect, where retrieving a unique starship, when you deploy a unique starship, retrieve 3 force. Riken lets me put Haven to Hoth to get my guys out cheaper. Kind of stinks to have white border on black border, but I was running out of black border to Dodonis. So a lot of guys that let you pull cards that help you set up the attack run, which is pretty hard to do. But eventually with Rebel techs and few sight bonuses and some good pilots, especially Luke, I can often blow away the Death Star. And then I'm just trying to deploy unique pilots and get a lot of force drains in. I think force drains are +2 where you have a pilot character aboard. So just trying to get to systems and draining for a lot. And of course, blowing away the Death Star causes a lot of force loss. Flash of Insight's pretty useful for seeing my destinies and retrieving 1 force every time, or at the end of every turn where I deploy 1. Even got a couple Walker sightings in here, a pretty new card. That was kind of at the end of the era of when my friend and I played this, but being able to retrieve 3 force if they're not ready for it, usually you can sneak 1 by them. And then some support characters, since you often have to at least try to establish some kind of presence on the ground. And then hopefully you can pull off a Fallen Portal. So also a pretty straightforward deck, just trying to get all those cards out you need to set up without letting the dark side disrupt you too much. It's pretty hard to do, but I would say half the times I've played this deck, I've blown away the Death Star and ended up winning. So a lot of fun to at least blow up the Death Star, even if you don't necessarily win the game, because maybe it's already too far gone. But lots of neat, unique starships and characters in a fairly thematic deck. Alright, this is the, I guess the second to last old style deck video from, or at least the old style as my friend and I used to call it. There's just one more coming up with definitely a quirky light side deck and at least a fun dark side deck. But yeah, these two would be pretty fun to see in action against each other. Who wins the race to, can the dark side get enough damage out before the light side is able to blow up the Death Star? That might be a little bit fun to see. In any case, hope you tune in for my next video. Not my last video overall, but my last deck video for a while, so I think that should be a good time. Thanks for watching.